Hi everybody, it's Geordie from Geordie's Cards. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am using some of my new Heffy Doodle products. These are things that I got for Christmas and they were in the Mega Day deal, and I'm using them to create this cute little card today. It's a thank you card and I'm going to be entering it into the current Heffy Doodle challenge. So I have the Flying High stamps and coordinating dies here. I also am going to be using this Scalloped Imperial frame die. I'm using the largest of that and also the big stitched clouds die. And initially I was thinking of making a shaker card, so I had this Cove Sea mix out. I decided just to make a plain flat card. So I have gone ahead and cut out that frame from some blue cardstock. It's a nice bright blue cardstock. I have 3 of the clouds, the 3 smallest ones. And I have gone ahead and coloured and die cut out my little images. Now you will notice a theme of blue here. So the current Heffy Doodle challenge is monotone. So I decided to try and make a monotone blue card using these products. And you'll see I have a splash of yellow there on the birds and the sun, just to kind of break it up a little bit. So now I have this piece of Bristol smooth cardstock which just fits in behind that frame. And I'm going to be using this Lawn Fawn Cloudy stencil and some Salty Ocean Distress Oxide ink to create a kind of cloud panel to go behind my images. So this colour is nice and bright. It's a beautiful blue colour, but I didn't want to be too heavy-handed with it. So what I sort of started out doing and will continue to do is to kind of tap the ink brush off onto the stencil before I actually blend it over the paper, just to try and dull it down a little bit, not get it quite so heavy on there. But I think it's a gorgeous colour. I absolutely love it. So I tapped it off a few times and then blended it on to the cardstock. And I'm going to do that 4 times, just rotating my stencil each time so I get a different kind of bank of clouds. And once that is done, this is the last bit here, I will go ahead and just use what's left on my brush and on the stencil, and I will just go over that bottom piece so it's not quite so stark and white, just so that it kind of blends in with the rest of the ink blending that I have done. Once that is done, I thought it would be a great idea to add some splatters, but look what I did. I managed to smear ink onto the corner of my panel. So I just brought my frame out there to check, and most of it is going to be covered. So I decided to go ahead with it and not try and change it at this stage. I just thought I'd live with it. So I'm so clumsy, honestly. So I'm just tapping my paintbrush off, and once that is dry, it's time to start assembling. Before I glue anything down permanently, I'm just going to place everything out and try and decide where I want things, and at this stage I can kind of move things around before I permanently adhere them. So like with the sun, I was trying to decide where to put it, and in the end I decided to put it up towards the top rather than down at the bottom there, and I'm just going to have it peeking from behind those clouds. I just wanted a little splash of yellow. I know it's kind of breaking the rules a little bit because it's meant to be monotone, but I think it's okay. I just wanted to break it up a little bit. I thought it would look a bit too much if it was just all blue. So once I'm happy with where everything is, I've got my liquid glue, and I'm just going to go and apply that to my images and pop them down on top of this ink blended panel. So I just kind of moving things out of the way as I go along, but trying to keep the main bigger pieces in place so that I know where I need to put them down. So I'll just pull this little sun out from behind and glue that down behind that cloud, and then I'll pop the cloud on top. And I just love the little birds in this set. I think they're so cute. I kind of felt like I had to use them because I thought they were just adorable. Really happy with my new Heffy Doodle products, and I think they're lots of fun to play with. And I was so happy to get the stamp set because this was the one from the mystery grab bag type thing that they had going. So I wasn't sure what it was going to be. My husband actually got it for me for Christmas. So I was really happy when I opened it up on Christmas morning and discovered it was a stamp set that I haven't got. And that was brilliant because it's always a bit of a risk doing those mystery bags. You never know what you're going to get. But I was pleasantly surprised, so it was brilliant. So once I've got those kind of main pieces on, the cloud and the sun, I'm going to go ahead, I have gone ahead and attached my frame, and now I'm just connecting the plane to its little banner that it's towing, and I'm going to pop that down on top as well, and just using my liquid glue for everything here. I'm not using any foam tape whatsoever at this point. I will be using a foam tape to pop my panel up onto my card base, but that's the only dimension that I've got today. So all that's left now was my two little birds, and as I say, I think they're just adorable. I'm going to have one at the kind of bottom left there and one towards the middle on the right. And once that's done, that is pretty much the front of my card completed, and I'm pretty happy with it. I think it looks kind of cute, and I think it works for the monotone theme of the Heffy Doodle Challenge. So I've gone ahead and created a card base from some white cardstock. I've pulled out this Wild For You sentiments. I'll have to double check the name of that, but it's got the sentiment that says thanks a bunch inside it. I've stamped that out with some blue ink into the center of my card along with those two little birds. And as promised, I'm attaching my card panel down with some foam tape. And that's pretty much it. And then I decided I'd be a bit brave and bring out these Nuvo crystal drops and try adding some drops here and there. I'm always so nervous about doing this. It really worries me. I always feel like I'm going to mess everything up. I either put too many, too few, I put them in the wrong places, they smear, they don't form nice little drops. But you know, yeah, got to be brave sometimes. So I'm attaching these, and then I decided I would put one in each corner of my little frame as well. And I think it's okay. They're not hugely noticeable because they blend in quite nicely with the colors that I've used, but it was just a little bit of extra. And then I decided to add one more. And that is it. Card complete. I had a lot of fun making it. Love these little stamps. I think they're absolutely adorable. I hope you enjoyed it as well. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel. I'd love to see you come back. And please do feel free to leave a comment. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for joining me today. Take care.